What's going on, everyone? My name is Adam and welcome to Driven Nashville. Today I get to talk about the apex predator of all the trucks. This is the MegaRaptor by a company in Wilmington, North Carolina called MegaRexx. I gotta say, this thing is unbelievably cool. Just look at it. It is freaking massive, unbelievable. We're gonna go through the entire truck today. We're gonna take it for a drive, give you a really good idea of how it performs, what it's like to drive. This particular truck is based on a 2018 F-250 King Ranch Edition. So not only is it just really cool from the outside and can go anywhere, this thing's completely at home at Yellowstone Ranch in Montana, if you happen to watch that TV show. But overall, it's just unbelievably comfortable too, because it's based on the King Ranch. So it's got full upgraded interior, it's got the moon roof, it's just a super nice truck. So we're gonna go through the whole thing today, give you all kind of the details of what the company in Wilmington does. It's owned by Aaron. I'll go ahead and put them in the description. You guys probably know, or maybe you don't know, but I'm a huge truck guy. I drove a Roush Raptor Avalanche Gray truck. It was, I don't know, easily over $90,000. We had a ton of upgrades. I drove that thing for years. We had an F-250 Roush that we featured on the channel in ruby red metallic, just an unbelievably cool color. So I'll link those right here so you guys can check that out as well. And yes, appreciate you watching, liking, commenting. I love reading y'all's comments. It's so much fun growing this channel. This thing's unbelievable. Just look at it. All right, well, first of all, let's just start off with some of the obvious things. 46-inch wheels, 46. MegaRaptor wheels, these are 3-piece wheels, flipping amazing. Michelin tires, completely guts, like basically, you know, a stock truck could never fit 46-inch wheels. So they bring the fenders out 9 inches. And this is really high quality fiberglass, right? It's hand laid in Wilmington. I mean, both front and back. I mean, all of this is not stock, right? All of this is done by the company. It's all part of the package. All right, coming around to the suspension, they put Bilstein shocks on it, right? You have their own custom radius arms here. I mean, just look at these things. They're flipping massive, man. I mean, it is so well done, right? Check out the front. We'll go through the whole thing. There's your icon shocks. I mean, just, it's so cool. I mean, look at the front, okay? So the whole front is very much based on the Raptor, right? Which is the F-150. Got the light bar here. The MegaRexx logo is metal etched into it. Unbelievably sinister front, right? You got your different lights here. So these light up. You got your light bar here as well. You got extra lights here. I mean, gosh, if you run in, you can pretty much go anywhere with this thing. I mean, that thing is just gonna push anybody out of the way. Definitely don't have to worry about any deer in this thing. I mean, just look at it though, right? All the body panels, so well done. I mean, this color red is of course in your face, but if this was like an Avalanche Gray like my Raptor was, very, very cool. You have a 4-inch MegaRaptor exhaust. You have Fox rear shocks. Now I will say they put a 5-inch in the back and a 4.5-inch lift in the front. So not only is it wider, but it's also taller. And frankly, the F-250 is already an insane truck as far as height. Here's the King Ranch on the back. Of course, you have a fully upgraded rear bumper, big old upgraded Gen Y hitch. It's just awesome. You know, it still gets some of the fun features of the F-250. Of course, everybody and their moms probably showed you this. You still have the rear step. Pull this out. Comes with an AC Delco lift here because you're gonna need a custom lift. Already gives you a back tire. Notice all of the roll cage they've installed on here. I mean, this is just real deal, guys. There's just nothing cheap or fake about this truck. I mean, everything feels so good, okay? And of course, to get in, they did install, I wanna point out, one, no DFI fluid. So this thing has been deleted. It's a 2018 truck. So there goes your warranty, I believe, but this thing might come with additional warranty, who the hell knows. But I gotta say, it drives great, sounds great. We're of course gonna take it for a drive. I mean, for the most part, that's pretty much what I wanna cover on the exterior of the vehicle. I mean, they've just done this thing right. There's nowhere that you're not gonna be able to go in this truck, just about. I mean, God. And look at that, look at the hood too. This is very much resembling the F-150 Raptor, right? All right, let's go ahead and check out the inside of this truck. As I mentioned earlier, this is a 2018, so it's a King Ranch edition. So you just have a really, really nice interior, right? Nice brown color, nice wood. Seats here are real nice. I will say the color contrast between the red and the brown, you can take or leave it, but it's still just a really nice place to be. The stepping up's not too bad. I'm 6 feet tall, so you are gonna wanna kinda grab this and you can pull yourself up. You know, when you're on the inside of the truck, to be honest with you, you pretty much wouldn't know you're not in a normal F-250, right? King Ranch Edition has all these little fun features, really, really roomy back seats, WeatherTech floor liners. You see here the rear window opens up. You have all your auxiliary buttons here, auxiliary buttons, so you can go ahead and do your light bars and all that. You have pretty much your standard gauges. I will say, because of the 46-inch tires, this particular truck has, I believe, a different gear ratio, and they've also gone ahead and electronically adjusted the speed to go ahead and match the tire profile, so you're not constantly off. Plenty of space in here. You can easily store all kinds of fun stuff in here, and potentially a pistol. If I was rocking this truck, which is exactly what I used to do in my Ford F-150 Raptor. Of course, you have a big old, compartment here. Outside of that, you have the standard sync Ford system. Stereo is really nice. I'm gonna take it for a drive so you guys can really get a good idea, but I mean, you definitely are the king of the universe in this thing. You are literally the apex predator on the road. You will drive the absolute biggest thing outside of a monster truck. It is what it is, right? But that does have, your four-wheel drive settings here. You can do that. It's got the trailer mode here. Ford's really nailed it. The engine here is putting out 930 foot-pounds of torque stock. With this particular guy right here, you can go ahead and move it. And if you put it all the way to the left, that'll give you an extra 50 pounds of torque. If you go ahead and put it all the way to the right, it's an extra, I believe, 200 or 250 foot-pounds of torque. So this thing absolutely screams. I'll go ahead and demonstrate the performance in both modes when we take it for a drive. But overall, guys, I love it. It's a beautiful truck inside. It's just high quality, feels good. So not only does it look cool and can pretty much go anywhere, but you could also take the family out for dinner in luxury. You really can't beat that. All right, let's take it for a drive, see what you guys think. All right, when you're in this truck, starting it up's pretty much like every F-250. Still drives pretty stock as far as initial impressions. I've got the windows down right now. I really want to try to give you guys, so you can hear it. If I put the windows up, it doesn't sound nearly as menacing. The F-250 is such a good truck to drive. I've always enjoyed it. It's such a good engine. It's just low revs, got tons of torque. It's just it's always been a great truck to drive. I mean, even though you have 46-inch tires, which you probably can hear coming through the microphone, it's still an easy truck to drive. I mean, it's always shocking to me when I get in an F-250 how big it is. It's just easy. They're always a butter to drive. They're a pleasure. They eat up the miles like few vehicles do. Now, obviously, when you're driving this thing, you are driving the king of the road truck. It's so big. I can tell you that you are going to feel the weight of the extra suspension. You're going to feel it in the way the brakes, like the brakes, you really got to push on them to get this thing to stop. That would be probably one thing I would encourage you to do. In addition, is upgrade the brakes. They still work really well, but if you're really smashing on the truck, and you do need an emergency stop, you're really going to have to slam those brakes to the floor. Overall, though, it's easy to drive. It's a pleasure. You sit up real high, shift smooth. Even though it's got the extra performance, you still have the normal speedo. You still have all the normal F-250 traits you're going to get. So from that point of view, it's not completely radical. But I will tell you are going to feel the tires. You are going to feel the suspension. I have noticed a few audible noises as well, but pretty good overall. Considering the amount of work that this truck's had done, I will tell you, I don't think you're going to find it just to feel unquality to drive. I will say everybody and their mom's going to look at you in this truck. And I got to say, it's really, really fast. When you spool that turbo up, this thing smokes. It really, really does. And you really got to watch out because it's deceivingly fast. You know, because it's so big, you got to make sure that, you know, you've got enough space to maneuver the thing. I will say it does roll a little bit of coal. I'm going to go ahead and give it the beans real quick. It's crazy, guys. This thing is insane. Absolutely insane. So much fun. I definitely think if you're into trucks, especially big trucks, you're going to love it. You know, this truck doesn't have a lot of miles on it. I think it's got somewhere in the low 20,000 mile range for a diesel motor. You haven't even started to break it in yet, so it's pretty much a brand new truck. It's a lot of fun. It really is. I tell you what, it's going to drive every environmentalist absolutely bonkers, though. But I tell you, I mean, we just did the Lamborghini Aventador review. This truck's going to get you 10 times more attention than that car even will. I mean, it's really unbelievable. Everywhere we go, you can just see people are just, you know, their necks snap trying to figure out what the hell this thing is. So if you want a truck that's good for marketing, you want a truck that's, you know, good for business development, and I'm not sure what type of business you're in. I would say if you're in mostly contracting or construction, definitely. But I mean, this thing's gonna get you all the eyeballs you want and then some. So from that point of view, it's a really cool experience. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it around real quick as I drop Brian off. You still have the reverse camera and all that. No scraping on any of the tires, which is really nice. It's one of the, now you can hear the suspension, you know, a little bit of like creaking when you do turn the wheel at full beans or, you know, full rack. Big trucks, there's quite a bit of give. So, you know, you got about a good inch before it starts to adjust the actual, you know, where you're going, the direction. It's a lot of fun to drive though. Other than the brakes, I think the brakes, if I was the owner of this truck next, I'd probably go ahead and upgrade the brakes. I'd put the biggest, baddest brakes I can on this thing because it's got so much power that you could easily get yourself in trouble if you do have to emergency stop the truck. But overall, it's a lot of fun to drive. I mean, just listen to it. I mean, it's gonna roll some coal, it's gonna have some fun. You can take this thing absolutely anywhere. I will say it's actually on the maneuverable side. I mean, for as big as it is, because you don't have to worry about any rubbing, it's actually kind of easy to get around town. I mean, it's still massive, don't get me wrong. I mean, parking this thing, you're gonna have to do 3-point turns a lot, but overall, it's not the worst thing in the world to drive. You can still have fun, you can still get around town. And of course, in the end of the day, it still is a badass truck. So, yeah, overall, I give it a huge thumbs up. I love it. It totally is right up my alley. You know, real quick, these guys just pulled off the road. It's good to see you guys. Have a good day. They pulled off just to say hi. This truck's gonna get you so much love, I'm telling you. Or hate, I don't know. But it's gonna get you a lot of attention either way. I can guarantee you that. Just in case you're curious to know the difference between a 3.5 liter EcoBoost regular F-150 Raptor and the MegaRaptor, well, there you go. Look at that. That's a big truck, guys. But look at the difference. Look at the size difference between that truck and that truck. Crazy. It's amazing. So there you go. We spent several minutes just moving these trucks into place just so we can do that. So I hope you all enjoyed that shot. All right, well, I hope you all enjoyed the review. Got to check out the MegaRaptors. It's really, really cool. If you want to buy this truck or you're interested to learn more, go ahead and click the link below to Direct Auto of Tennessee, one of our preferred partners. Talk to Charles, talk to you know, one of the sales guys over there, and they'll be happy to, you know, get you a test drive, get you into this vehicle. Look, that's the Apex truck, guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. I used to love my F-150 Raptor, love the F-250 Roush edition, especially in ruby red. But come on, it's never gonna beat that. driving that thing around, especially if you can depreciate it to your business with a Section 179 exchange. That's smart. Get to drive a badass truck. You can pull anything with it. It's totally got a little bit of utility to it. It is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been wonderful doing these reviews. Looking forward to your comments. I hope this one gets picked up in the algo. And yeah, this is it for me. We're here in Clarksville signing off. You guys have a great Memorial Day weekend. I'm dropping this probably the week after, but it is the Friday before Memorial Day, September 2021. And that's it for me. We'll roll the beautiful drone footage and call this one a day.